Welcome to the Registry Theatre. I'm Lawrence McNaught.
And I'm Sam Vartniuk, and we're delighted that you can join us for the very first live stream at the Registry concert.
We'll be enjoying the circus performance of Articus Productions, as well as a special favourite here at the Registry Theatre, local musician Kevin Ramessar.
JM Drama operates the Registry Theatre, and this would have been our 20th anniversary season. Instead, we're pleased to offer this concert as a thank you to our volunteers, our audiences, our presenting partners, and our sponsors.
We look forward to resuming our programming here live at the Registry Theatre. And in the meantime, we want to thank all of our supporters, including Heritage Canada, the Ontario Arts Council, as well as Equitable Life of Canada and Hefner Motors.
We want to acknowledge that we're extremely fortunate to be here on this land, the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Neutral people, where we're so very lucky to live and play and to work.
Later, we'll be enjoying a performance by Kevin Ramessar. For now, please welcome Articus Productions, live at the Registry.
Hello everyone, my name is Philip Pasutka and I'm the Executive Director of Articus Productions. Now, it is such a pleasure to be here at the Registry Theatre. I want to thank
Welcome to the Registry Theatre. I'm Lawrence McNaught.
And I'm Sam Vartniuk,
and we're circus acts for you this evening. And on a personal note, it's amazing for me to be on this stage because at a very young age, as a child, I acted on this stage and directed a show or two myself here. So it's a privilege to be back. And finally, I'd like to say a massive thank you to all the volunteers and staff that have kept this place operational, running, and thriving for 20 years. It's really incredible. So pleasure to be here tonight. So we're going to share with you two unique circus acts, and I'm going to start it off. And to start off with, you probably noticed that I'm not really dressed in traditional circus garb like you would expect. And the reason for that is because this year has, as many of you know, been a very interesting year for everyone. This summer, especially with everything that was going on with COVID-19, was for many people very different than it has been. And for many people who would normally travel the world and go on vacations or even travel across the country this summer, they weren't able to do that. And so what did many of us do? We went camping. I know I did this summer a lot. And so I thought it would be great as a circus act to combine my juggling skills and to get you, the live-streamed audience, to help me craft the iconic Canadian treat, the toasted marshmallow. So we're going to do this together, and I'll cue you in for a few things that you can help me with. But yeah, let's do this little experiment with the power of live stream and the power of the internet. But first, let me introduce you to the most important ingredient, circus marshmallows. Now, circus marshmallows are very similar to regular marshmallows, except for one thing. They are huge. All right, so that makes it a little bit easier to juggle, but there are more interesting things about circus marshmallows that I'd like to share with you. The first thing is that you may not know this, but marshmallows and circus have a very, very long history together, a very, very massive history. Their relationship dates all the way back to 2019, when I juggled them touring Ontario with our show Camp Articus, which is the act that I'm showing for you here. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to know some circus marshmallows. Now, circus marshmallows have magical properties. For kids, they create campfire memories that can last a lifetime. And for adults, they create speed demons that are impossible to put to bed. And that's because marshmallows, as you know, are mainly made of sugar. So here's how I juggle after I've had one marshmallow. Here is how I juggle after I've had 3 marshmallows. Pretty standard. And here is how I juggle after I've had 10 marshmallows. There we go. Yes. All right. So here is one of my favorite tricks. It's called Mills Mess. It's a beautiful little pattern, and it's credited to the juggler Steve Mills for inventing it. Or as I like to call it here, Mills Marshmallow Mess. It is a beautiful little quirky pattern and extra fun when done with circus marshmallows. Now, an interesting thing about Steve Mills. Mills owned a mill, and in that mill, Mills made marshmallows. And how did Mills make marshmallows? With a marshmallow making machine. Mills made many marshmallows with his marshmallow making machine. Here is another thing about circus marshmallows. The kids love this. They also can double as yo-yos. And for the much younger kids that don't know what a yo-yo is, YouTube it. They're incredible. All right, so I think we've done a few things with marshmallows now. I think it's time to start to look at roasting one of them. But before I do, I just can't continue without bringing one more iconic Canadian item into the cascade. And that is what's on my head, the Tilly hat. Now, kids, Tilly hats, if you don't know, they're pretty incredible. They don't sink, they don't tear, and they have a better warranty than your parents' car. But first, I'm going to have to get rid of one of these to make room for the Tilly. So, the trick here is to time it right and avoid the mic. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So we got rid of one of the marshmallows. Well, kind of. Okay, it's really big, so just give me 1 second, okay? Okay, I'll be right back. Just 1 second. Yeah? Okay. Okay, we're back in. Okay, now that I've made room for the Tilly, here we go. The beautiful thing about juggling indoors, no wind. The Tilly loves wind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're warmed up. I think we've got some marshmallows ready to go. And here is where we add in the next element that we need. Now, normally, when I do this show outdoors, when I perform this act outdoors, I do have wind to contend with, but I am able to actually bring the next element into play, which is fire. So I have my marshmallow ready to go on my skewer to roast it. But for the roasting of the marshmallow, we can't simply light this on fire and roast. That's too easy. We have to do it circus style. But, as you know, we're in the theater, so fire is not exactly conducive to an indoor environment. So we're going to have to get creative, and this is where I'm going to need your help. I am going to count down from 3 like so. 3, 2, 1. And I want you to picture fire. I want you to imagine fire. And this is where we are going to test out the Registry Theatre's internet connection and live stream capabilities. Because on that countdown, you're going to send that imaginary fire through the internet, through the live stream, and I'm going to catch it on the end of the torch. And we're going to play with some imaginary fire. All right, so get ready, and I'm going to get ready too. Here we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, picture fire in your head. All right, I'm going to count down from 3. I want you to send it right through the internet. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Nice. Excellent. Excellent. You're going to do that one more time. As you can see, imaginary fire works in an interesting way. You need to keep it moving. It's just the way it goes. All right, we're going to do this one more time. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Yes. And now we have imaginary fire ready to go and ready to work with. Okay, but before we attempt to roast this marshmallow, ladies and gentlemen, I think we need to build up the fire. Because as you know, when you start a campfire, when you're camping, it starts small and you have to give it time to build and build and build. So let's bring that other torch back in. And let's build this fire together. Yeah. So it starts off small. You start a little bit at the bottom. And then as you add more fuel and oxygen, it grows and gets higher and higher. Excellent. Now, as many of you know, you can't get too close to campfires because sometimes they flare. Oh! Bonus about imaginary fire, ladies and gentlemen, they also don't light stages on fire. It's fantastic. Let's try that again. Sometimes flares can get a little bit out of hand. Here we go. Yes, there we go. Now we got it more under control. So, one more time, I think I'm going to just try one more trick here for you. This is probably the most dangerous trick I can attempt right now. I am going to put it under the leg. And try not to burn myself. And yes, 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 yes. I did not light my leg imaginarily on fire, and that is a plus. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to put this one to the side. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. I think we're ready to roast this marshmallow together. But as I said, we're doing this together and we're doing it circus style. All right, so that means that I can't simply get away with roasting this marshmallow just like this. I have to do it while juggling. And for this, I am going to need your help. I want you, just like you did with the fire, to send all of your supreme focus and calming energy through the internet right there at me, because I'm not kidding when I say this is the hardest trick I ever have performed. All right? So I need you to work with me. We'll work together, and we together will roast this marshmallow. You ready? Here we go. All right. So get all of that calming energy and send it my way. Steady. All right. Here we go. Yes, 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 ladies and gentlemen, I felt that. Okay, now, last part, we roast the marshmallow. Now, normally, with real fire, it would go up, so I would roast the marshmallow being above it like that. But as you can see, imaginary fire doesn't really work that way. It kind of hangs down. So we're going to roast it right in there. Oh, and it's running away from me. Imaginary fire is also extremely finicky, as it turns out. It likes to go where it wants. So we're just rotating it. Let's get a little bit more color there. All right. All sides, that is important. That's the technique. All sides here. 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I felt that. We did that together. That's wonderful. Now, I just want to say before I leave the stage, thank you so much. We are from Articus Productions. Articus, you can find us online at articusproductions.com. Articus is like art and circus put together. We are a local theatrical circus company, and you can also find us on social media, on Instagram and Facebook. I'm also the co-founder of the Tri-City Center for Circus Arts, Waterloo Region's first and only circus school. We are currently accepting registration for our November and our December session. So if you'd like to take a look at our classes, we offer aerial and ground classes. You can find us online at tricitycircus.com, and we are also on Instagram and Facebook. Now, I'd like to introduce our final act for you. She actually trained as a very young girl in figure skating, and that's where she developed her love of spinning, and that was right here in Waterloo Region. Since then, she has taken her love of spinning into a unique apparatus, which you are just about to see, and she has performed professionally all over the world, from Brazil to Dubai. Ladies and gentlemen, Krista and her Cyr Wheel.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael Kelly Cavan.
Guess you could say he's a man of few words. He likes to listen to us go on and on, talking about all the problems of the world. And when we've rambled along for a while, he'll lift his head up and say with a smile, in 100 years, what will it matter? In 100 years, we'll all be gone. We can live our lives for worse or for better, but we'll be lucky to be a memory in somebody's history in 100 years. Sometimes I don't think it's such a bad thing if we learn how to live every day like it matters right here and right now, and we don't let our time slip away. Do unto others as you'd have them do to you. Follow your heart, to your own self be true. 'Cause in 100 years, what will it matter? In 100 years, we'll all be gone. We can live our lives for worse or for better, but right or wrong, short or long, we'll all be gone. In 100 years, what will it matter? In 100 years, we'll all be gone. We can live our lives for worse or for better, but we'll be lucky to be a memory in somebody's history in 100 years.
Thank you very much. Take good care of each other. We hope to see you again soon.
Hi, my name is Lily Schumacher, and I'm the president of JM Drama, operators of the Registry Theatre. As some of you may already know, this season marks 37 years for JM Drama and 20 years operating the Registry Theatre. A lot has changed since the theatre first opened its doors 20 years ago, especially this year during this unprecedented time. But our commitment to theatre has not. Together, as a community, we have weaved new stories and new experiences into our lives, and our organization is so proud to celebrate 20 years of community support and community impact with all of you. None of it would be possible without the help of so many people, and I'd like to take this time to thank each and every one of you who have been part of the Registry Theatre and its ongoing success. Thank you to the Registry Theatre members and donors, our passionate volunteers and front of house who've dedicated thousands of hours. Thank you to our sponsors and partners, investors in the arts. Thank you to our talented artists, singers, dancers, comedians, actors, and musicians. Thank you to all the behind-the-scenes talent, directors, writers, costumers, photographers, makeup artists, choreographers, promoters, sound techs, lighting techs, carpenters, teachers, and more. To our dedicated board members, alumni, and committee members, with a special shout out to Marion Boyer, our most recent past president. Thank you to our community partners, to our hardworking, committed staff and contract employees, like our executive director, programmer, and operational manager, and to every single audience member. The Registry Theatre and the arts remain a pillar of entertainment, cultural and economic sustainability in our community. We appreciate you and thank you for continuing to support us, for supporting your community, and for supporting each other. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Lily. Kevin Ramessar is a special favourite here at the Registry Theatre. He performs with us every year. He's also had a great career since the early days here at the Registry Theatre, to Stratford Festival, to Broadway in The Who's Tommy, as well as on Broadway and Toronto in the Carole King musical Beautiful. But Kevin always comes back to the Registry Theatre. We're delighted to have him once again. Please welcome Kevin Ramessar.
Hello everyone, we're so glad you could join us this evening. What an incredible, inspiring performance just now from Articus Productions. Thanks guys. My name is Kevin Ramessar, and I'm so excited to be here with you tonight to celebrate 20 years of the Registry Theatre here in Kitchener-Waterloo, and also to celebrate this wonderful community of volunteers, patrons, artists, and staff that have come together over the years to grow a community of artistic expression. As we all know, the last several months have really demonstrated just how important community is, and we're in the process of redefining exactly what community looks like. For now, we're just glad that you're here joining us, and we want to offer this to you as our thanks for building community wherever you are. We know it takes incredible strength just to be here in this moment, and I hope these songs give you space to reflect, to celebrate, to remember, maybe lament and mourn, but also to be rejuvenated and find rest. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. Walked out this morning and now wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. And I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend, but I always thought I'd see you again. Oh, won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. You just gotta see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand, and I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend, but I always thought I'd see you again. Walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned toward the sun. The Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Where there's hours of time on the telephone line and talking about things to come, sweet dreams and flying machines and pieces on the ground. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend, but I always thought I'd see you, baby, one more time again now. I thought I'd see you once again. Thought I'd see you, fire and rain. Just a few things coming my way now. I thought I'd see you, fire and rain. Oh, la 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 la. Thanks. So I'm happy to play now for you a piece by one of my favorite composers from the last century. I sort of entered music through the classical door, and I'm very thankful for that, although it comes with its own set of baggage, as some of you will know. But I love this composer from Paraguay, Agustin Barrios, and from a young age he was very inspiring to me. He was born into a very large family in southern Paraguay, and very early on in his life he fell in love with music and language and literature, and he spoke like 5 languages. Spanish, his native Guarani, English, French, German, and just was a very prolific composer. And he traveled throughout South America and kind of revolutionized guitar music. So that was very inspiring for me, playing something from sort of an indigenous composer who was sort of groundbreaking. People referred to him as the Hendrix of classical guitar. Did a lot of improvised concerts, and he paid tribute a lot to the music and traditions of his people. And later in life, he actually took on this persona of a legendary leader, and sort of mixed in folklore and history with his songs. This piece, in particular, he wrote for a student of his who was the niece of a very good family friend. And I'd like to play for you now as a bit of a tribute maybe to some of my students I've had in the past, but also all students right now who are making it up as we all go, students and teachers. I just want to commend you and give this as a tribute to you for your incredible resilience as you're negotiating this reality, going to school, engaging in politics, and what life is right now with COVID. And I also want to dedicate this to our teachers and educators who are so invested in building into the next generation. This is Julia Florida. Thanks for sticking with us here, celebrating 20 years at the Registry. That was a piece by Agustin Barrios, Julia Florida, and I'd like to be so bold right now to play one of my own tunes. I have so many great memories of playing here at the Registry over the years, and have really appreciated collaborating with fantastic artists from the region and abroad, and meeting wonderful teams of volunteers and staff working here. This one I want to play for you was one of the first songs I wrote, actually, and was very nervous to perform it, and I think it was one of the first original compositions I ever played here. So I'm very thankful to Lawrence McNaught and the whole mission of the Registry, which is to sort of encourage artistic growth and provide a space for people to develop their voices and to connect with others. Over the years, this piece has sort of meant different things to me, but I suppose one of the enduring things is this Greek concept of time, which inspires it. And I often think about the metaphor I was given when learning about this concept of kairos, which is sort of the opportune time, the idea that circumstances and personal, I guess, strength of will all kind of come together in these moments, and it requires some great determination and force to lay hold of something that's important. And in these times, I've definitely found that comforting. And so hopefully there's something in there for all of us tonight. This is Kairos. Thanks. This next tune was written by Sade, but was made, I guess, somewhat popular by India Ari. And a beautiful song, two very beautiful versions of it. And I just love this for the storytelling and for the fact that it sort of highlights some of the voices that we often don't listen to, not only in the arts, but sort of in culture, I suppose. And I do love that music over and over again draws me to stories that may otherwise be passed over. One of the things I'm really being challenged to do right now is to elevate voices of women of color who typically, well, let's just say there's a lot of work to be done and a long way to go, and happy to tell stories that share a perspective that may otherwise be lost. And I'm happy to have my mighty girl, my daughter Keziah, joining us to sing Pearls by Sade.
There is a woman in the Congo, and it looks like brand new shoes. Yes, it looks like brand new shoes.
Thank you. A couple of years ago, actually maybe it was a lot of years ago, Lawrence McNaugh had come to me saying, "Oh, let's dream up a little series at the Registry where we reimagine, songs by well-known writers or well-loved writers, and but let's make some space to, bring in a team of musicians and collaborate and stretch out a little bit." And over the years, that's been one of the most rewarding things for me, is being able to play wonderful music written by, sort of the titans, I suppose, of the songwriting world, but also have some space to reimagine and to play with them a little bit. And so a couple of my favorite artists in that respect have been Joni Mitchell, Bruce Cockburn, and so putting a couple of these songs together for you now. And of course, I've been doing a lot of musical theater over the last few years, and the last 6 months I haven't been able to, so I thought, what better time than now for a little medley, a little tribute to the theater world. So here's a medley, and it's a song to start by Joni Mitchell called Slouching Toward Bethlehem, and this is based on a poem by William Butler Yeats. It's one of his most quoted works, I think, and sort of one of the reasons I love it is it sort of presents for us an opportunity to confront chaos and crisis rather than run from it or escape. Turning and turning within the widened gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold, and the blood-dim tide is loosed upon the world. Nothing is sacred. The ceremony sinks. Oh, when innocence is drowned in anarchy. The best lack conviction.
some time to think. Oh, but the worst are full of passion without mercy. Surely some revolution is at hand. Surely it's the second coming, the wrath has finally taken form. But what is this rough beast? The hours come at last, slouching toward Bethlehem to be born, slouching toward Bethlehem to be born.
This is Waiting for a Miracle by Bruce Cockburn, sort of a Canadian jewel. Thinking about these times I've been able to spend with my parents the last couple months, socially distanced of course, and hear their stories that I hadn't always been able to hear as a kid. Thinking about how they grew up in South America and Guyana, a country which sort of carries the legacy still to this day of ruthless European colonialism. And I've been thinking about their struggle through adversity and the struggle of the global South in general, and how some of these problems which seem so far away from us are being brought into relief right now through COVID and the way that the world is really being asked to come together. And I kind of love it. I love the idea that some of these stories that seem so far away are actually able to bring us together. I love seeing how the country of Canada is coming together in support for the Indigenous effort to achieve justice and to finally address long-standing wrongs. I love that the world is coming to grips with the struggle for freedom for Palestinians and celebrating the sacrifice and success of Bolivians in South America, bringing democracy back. And so many of us are struggling, and some of us are celebrating. But I love that these stories can bring us together and help us find hope. Bruce Cockburn wrote this song when he spent time in Nicaragua and thinking about the effects of imperialism, and he's played this over the years, speaking about how it still talks to us today about the need for activism, the need for hope, and the need for a strong resolve to work for change. And I think the song maybe is as relevant as ever. So for those of you who are tirelessly working for the betterment of others and for our world, I think it's not too trite to say that this song encapsulates my respect and my thanks for you. And I see this as a bit of a rallying cry. This is Waiting for a Miracle.
Look at them working in the hot sun. The pilloried saints and the fallen ones, working and waiting for the night to come. Waiting for a miracle. Somewhere out there, there's a place that's cool, where peace and balance are the rules. Working towards a future like some kind of mystic jewel, and they're waiting for a palm on the grimy pane in the hope that you can see. You stand up proud, pretend you're strong in the hopes that you can be. Like the ones who cried, like the ones who've died, trying to set the angel in us free, while they're waiting for a, waiting for a, they're waiting for a miracle. Scuffle for $1, a struggle for a dime. You step out from the past and try to hold the line. Oh, so how come history takes such a long, long time? While you're waiting for waiting for a miracle. You rub your palm on the grimy pane in the hopes that you can see. You stand up proud, pretend you're strong in the hopes that you can be. Like the ones who cried, like the ones who've died, trying to set the angel in us free, while they're waiting for a, they're waiting for a, they're waiting for a miracle. While they're waiting for a, they're waiting for a, while they're waiting for a miracle. They're waiting for a, waiting for a, they're waiting for a miracle. Thanks.
So Kez is going to join me again for another song. This has quickly become one of our favorites, written by the incredible Sarah Bareilles and Laurie McKenna, two of my favorite songwriters. And this one has given me a lot of strength over the last little while. It's just speaking about, simply to put it, I suppose, being a safe harbor for others and being intentional about creating safe community for those around us, whether or not we would traditionally think of them as our neighbors. She wrote this specifically about the separation of migrant families at the border, but speaks about how it has broader implications for us, you know, just going forward in our lives now with this new reality. And so this is a safe place to land.
safer than breathing. When innocent words turn to lies, and you can't hide from closing your eyes.
When pain is all that they offer, like a kiss from the lips of a monster. You know the famine so well, never met the feast. When home is the belly of a beast.
The ocean is wide and over your head, and the boat beneath you is sinking. Don't need room for your bags. Hope is all that you have. So say the Lord's Prayer twice. Hold your babies tight.
Surely someone will reach out a hand
and show you a safe place to land.
Oh, imagine yourself in a building, up in flames, being told to stand still.
The window's wide open, the sleep is on faith.
You don't know who'll catch you, maybe somebody will.
The ocean is wide and over your head, and the boat beneath you is sinking. Don't need room for your bags. Hope is all that you have. So say the Lord's Prayer twice.
Hold your babies tight. Surely someone will reach out a hand
and show you a safe place to land. Be the hand of a hopeful stranger, little scared but just strong enough. Be the light in the dark of this danger till the sun comes up. Be the hand of a hopeless stranger, little scared but just strong enough. Be the light in the dark of this danger till the sun comes up.
Be the hand of a hopeful stranger, little scared but you're strong enough. Be the light in the dark in this danger
Till the sun comes up. 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 Till the sun comes up.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for spending this time with us on this Friday evening. It's been so great to be here and celebrate with everyone at the registry in our virtual community. I just want to thank the volunteers that over the past 20 years have made this place what it is, just for that investment of time and love, and for the patrons who have come, for the staff that work here, for all of our very talented technical crew. It really has taken a village, a community, and it's one of the jewels, I guess, of this region. I want to specifically thank Lawrence McNaught for his tireless vision to make this place what it is, and he's built into so many lives of artists and art lovers. Thanks to the City of Kitchener for the ongoing support. And yeah, just to reiterate, for the greater community, this has been such a great place of sharing vision and teaching and inspiring, and I'm hoping for another great 20 years to come. So thanks also to Articus Productions for their wonderful, inspiring performance. Wow. And I just want to leave you with one more song. From all of us at the Registry to all of you out there joining us, thank you so much, and hope you have a wonderful night.
When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. When times get rough and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled waters, like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you, I'll take your part. When darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down, like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down, yeah. Sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. And if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, like a bridge over troubled waters. I will ease your mind, like a
Thank you once again from the Registry Theatre. Have a great night.